today we are going to be having the first episode of a very cool series of streams, a whole series of streams that I thought of called The Creator Space, which is where I interview other small streamers in a talk show style manner, get to know people, get to know what they're about, and you guys get to find new cool streamers, some of who I know, but I also put out applications, so some of whom I don't even know. But we're starting with someone I do know well, the wonderful Catriel, who you just saw doing lore with me. Hello, welcome on our fantabulous guest, Catriel.
Hi!
Hello! Hello! Hold up. I hope everyone enjoyed that lore. But yes, this is Catriel creator, not Catriel Rejoinum character.
Hold on, let me turn on my camera. Okay.
Oh, it's switched over, no!
No!
Hold on, I should be able to move me. There we go. Wonderful. Even the fairy lights, the whole vibe. Absolutely wonderful. Hello. Anyway, hello, Yeehaw Crab. Yeehaw Crab.
Yeehaw Crab.
Indeed. Yeehaw Crab.
Listen, Yeehaw Crab is the best crab, so.
Alright.
I'm on Tumblr way too much, I'm sorry. Like, the obsession with crabs on that website is just a lot.
Should they be showing up on stream? Yes. Give me a second.
I am here. I see myself on your stream.
You see yourself on
Yeah.
the stream. Wonderful. Okay, wonderful. Very sorry, I'm double checking everything because the last time I tried this, it didn't go so well. My PC decided to kind of give up. My internet decided to give up.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
I tried using the guest star feature on Twitch, which is still in beta, but it decided to kind of die. My PC turned off.
Yeah.
So it didn't work so well. Pikachu plush, I do indeed have a Pikachu plush. It is a Build-A-Bear.
Oh my gosh! Wait, I just now noticed that.
I have multiple plushies in the background.
It's so cute.
Would you like a brief introduction before we get into the talk showing?
Yes, please.
We have got this wonderful Pikachu Build-A-Bear that I have a vlog on. I wish if one of my mods could shout out my YouTube link. I have a vlog in which me and several other creators go to Build-A-Bear. But the whole vlog is we go to Shrek's Adventure, which is
oh my gosh, I remember watching that.
It is a Shrek-themed DreamWorks thing, experience. Literally right next to the River Thames, about 2 minutes walk from the London Eye.
Nice.
I don't know how it's survived all these years, but it has. And we went to Shrek's Adventure, then we got a Build-A-Bear, very impulsively bought Build-A-Bear, but we love Pikachu.
Love
anyway.
that. We do.
We do. And then went to an arcade that turned out not to exist. And if you want more, you can watch the vlog. It's something. I then have...
It's a good vlog.
I then have this dinosaur plush that I got given for Christmas. Very squidgy. High squidge, top-notch squidge. Extremely squishable. I then have a dog. The dog is named Cleo, that I got from London Comic Con last May. Top-notch squish. And then we have the mascot of my channel. This is a dinosaur, a crocheted dinosaur called John, who I made even before I started Twitch, or knew about the MCYT that got me into Twitch. And if you'll note, one of my sub-emotes is Gay John, if my subs would like to exhibit what a gay John looks like.
Wait, hold on. I'm about to just...
Because it's poorly drawn. I drew it myself. It's one of the few emotes that I drew myself that have remained since I got some many lovely, actually
Gay John in the chat?
But there Gay Johns in the chat. Ah, yes, very iconic.
Love it.
Thank you. But yes, they are in the back. But anyway,
Love
to
that.
the talk show. Chat, my beloved. This is Catriel, an amazing creator doing mostly visual novels and dating sims, from what I've seen. But
I play so many of them.
You do. It is magnificent. I honestly do not think I had watched anyone playing a dating sim until I've watched your streams. Gay John is beautiful, thank you. He thinks you're beautiful.
Gay John is beautiful.
Also, here is Catrail's link. I will be shouting out a couple of times through this stream, so you're able to follow Cat at certain points. But Cat, how did you get into streaming?
Oh gosh, okay, so I have been like doing content creation even before I started streaming, right?
Okay.
I was on YouTube, I wanted to switch up my content, and this was like during COVID, so everyone was like at home. And I was in my senior year of college, if I recall correctly.
Okay.
No. Yeah, my senior year of college. I was putting off writing my senior thesis.
Procrastination is the best motivator. I love that. Okay.
So I was putting off writing my senior thesis, and instead was messaging my friend like, what if I just start streaming? What if I do this? I could start playing Pop Tropica.
The origin.
I'm not even kidding when I say the first stream was Pop Tropica.
I've never actually played Pop Tropica.
Dude, okay, so the recent Pop Tropica is a lot different from like classic Pop Tropica. It's still so fun. I do not recommend streaming it though.
Oh?
It's just because, okay, so Pop Tropica is like made for children. However, it requires surprisingly a lot of like thinking.
Okay.
And you just kind of feel ridiculous when you can't solve a puzzle for children when you're live.
Oh, I've considered doing Sudoku streams, but I've not for the same reason. I don't want to be sitting there with the level easy Sudoku, and I cannot do it.
I've thought about doing like solitaire streams in the past.
Yes.
But
it just hits. But like
it does.
I don't want to be shown up for my chat.
But yeah, so that's how I started streaming. Because I was putting off working on my thesis.
That is one of the most iconic levels of procrastination I've heard.
Yeah,
it's
yeah. Oh gosh, a lot has happened since then.
But yeah, so that's how you got into streaming. How do you get into visual novels and the dating sims that are mainly what I see you play? Feel free to correct me if there's any other like categories that I miss, but a lot of the time I see you playing indie games, dating sims, visual novels.
Yes. So when I was a child, there was this. Are y'all familiar with the website DeviantArt? Is my first question to y'all.
I am vaguely, but would you mind explaining it to those who do not?
DeviantArt is like this website that was very popular for a lot of like artists and stuff like that. That people can also like put up Flash games on that website. And there was this game developer named Paththesis, who was like one of my first exposures to visual novels, dating sims as a whole. And I was like 10-ish or so at this point. So like, yeah, I played those, and then like I got into like mobile MOTHMAN games, which is visual novels and stuff like that. And that just kind of like stayed throughout all the years. And I'm a big fan of like supporting indie artists, small creators, all that kind of stuff. I always have been. So, and especially because like a lot of the games are, first of all, very high quality, and also like either very, very cheap or even free. So that's why I kind of like do a lot of focus on indie games. And I don't know, that I just really like playing games made by people who like have a lot of passion with making games, you know? Because there's like a big difference, I feel, in like playing a game that is made by like a large company versus someone where it's like a small team. So yeah, I forgot the question.
How did you get into indie games, like visual novels and things?
Yeah, it's because of the fact that I just really prefer playing games that have like smaller teams. And especially like in the past year, I really kind of like dove into like kind of interacting a lot more with like indie game spaces of like the fans and stuff like that. And it's just really nice to see like fandoms kind of grow. When it's not already like established that this is going to be like a big thing. It's nice seeing that. So I just kind of like stick with that because I think it's really fun and fresh.
Yes, I see that even with obviously it's not like a small game now, but Stardew Valley I have recently started
no, absolutely
playing, and that's when I've definitely noticed there's such a different feel because there's still a lot of people who play it, but it's still like got that indie game feel.
Yeah, no, with indie games especially too, like one of the appeals of it is the development aspect of it. Because like in a lot of large games you would get like updates on like, oh, this is what's going to be added and stuff like that. But I feel like with indie games, when they talk about like updates coming to their game, there's a higher chance that you can actually get like a proper response from the creator. So yeah, no, absolutely. Stardew Valley is like a great example of like an indie game that a lot of people are really into, and yeah.
Yes, and not to put you on the spot, but are there any games that you would personally recommend to either a specific style person or literally just any games you recommend to anyone?
Oh, Bestie, I have so many.
I'd love to hear them. Chat, get your notepads out. Get your notepads out. High quality recommendations.
So, first of all, a game that I actually really, really do recommend for a lot of people is Hatoful Boyfriend.
Okay.
So, Hatoful Boyfriend is a pigeon dating sim. Or, like, that's what they kind of, like, advertise it as. However, there's a lot of, like, story to the Hatoful Boyfriend games. Because there's, like, this whole thing where you have to, like, figure out why exactly is this human going to a school for birds? Why are birds the, like, main creatures that roam the earth? Why are there pictures of burning buildings when you're going on a run? Like, there's just so much happening there.
Okay.
And if stuff like that, very much into completing everything to figure out, like, everything that you can about like the story of something, I highly recommend Hatoful Boyfriend. It is kind of like older at this point, but I think it still holds up pretty well. Let's see what else. One that I've just been like recommending to everyone is, I'm recommending this for like a very selfish reason, by the way. So, if you're into like fantasy kind of stuff, and you would like to play something that doesn't really require a lot of attention and it feels more like a story, one thing that I really recommend is this one visual novel called The Contract Bound. It's for,
apologies, you cut
and basically you just
cut up on the name there.
Damn. Okay, so it's called The Contract Bound, and it's free on itch.io, and you basically like experience this like adventuring party going through this adventure. And
D&D
there's
style
this
adventuring party or
D&D style.
Okay.
D&D style. And the way the visuals for it is very much like puppet show theater kind of vibes.
Okay.
And the storyline is just really, really good, and you can just have it like playing as if it's like a show. Which I really, really like. So if you're into that kind of stuff and you're kind of wanting to experience visual novels for the first time and you haven't played it, highly recommend that one. Plus, it's fully voiced. So literally, you don't have to do anything. You can just watch it. Let's see, what else? What other kind of vibes would people enjoy? I have so many. Another really fun one that I enjoy is, oh gosh, here's the thing too, a lot of the ones that I'm like thinking of are not completed yet because they're still in development. So like they're just demos at the moment, but that doesn't take away from the enjoyment of them. If you're also wanting just like something very kind of like ridiculous, the KFC dating sim.
Is that safe to play on stream? Because I was gonna do that stream on Valentine's Day, and then I looked up a rating, and it was like on a parent-safe website or something, and half the reviews said this is like low-level everything, and then the other one was like it's high-level everything, and I was like I don't know which to trust, but I can't play this on stream anymore because I'm not 100%.
I have streamed it before, so you should be safe. I've played through the entire game. There's nothing really like too much about it. It's just the humor is just very, very like intense. They kind of like lean into the jokes a lot.
Okay.
But like it's nothing too bad. Like everything should be fine.
Okay.
But yeah, I highly recommend the KFC dating sim because it's just so funny. It's just really, really funny.
Okay. Very, very sorry to pause this for a second, but my mum is downstairs and no one else can let her in the house, so I have to run. I will be back in a second. I'm very sorry.
Sounds good. Do I have to entertain chat while you're gone, or? Hello. I am sitting here. How are y'all doing? How are y'all doing today? I hope you're doing well. Hi, chat. How are you? I hope you're having a good day. I woke up pretty early today, right? Oh my gosh, the Jason Derulo dating sim. I should talk about that. Alex is gone. The streamer's gone. Let me talk about the Jason Derulo dating sim. Okay, so.
Please feel free to. I did just come back. You're more than welcome to. That sounds hilarious.
Oh gosh.
I'm dying to hear about it. Also, I'm suddenly Sierra. If chat's recommending it.
The Jason Derulo dating sim is not like an actual published dating sim because I made it.
Oh.
And it's not even like a real dating sim because I made it on Google Slides.
I did think it might be a Google Slides one. Oh.
I think we made this, or at least we started this on like a Valentine's Day a couple years back.
Okay.
And basically, you just get to see Jason Derulo, who is your childhood friend, by the way.
Right.
Jason Derulo is your childhood friend that you've always like had a crush on, and he's always had a crush on you, but nothing ever happened. Okay. Later on, I'm gonna have to send you like the link to some of the photos because it's ridiculous.
Why Jason Derulo in particular?
Because I have a sound alert that just goes, Jason Derulo.
I gotta keep that.
So Jason Derulo's kind of like a chat meme at this point for me. So yeah, you just kind of date Jason Derulo. It's not completed at all, but like the concept is funny. So there's that.
Definitely. I love it. On the topic of your channel for redemptions.
Oh gosh.
There is indeed one that if someone has not graced your chat before, they may not be aware of, but they might be aware of if they've seen your Twitter.
Oh gosh.
Kat has a redemption that is criminally low, where you can post the tweets. And that is, I would highly, highly suggest going to check out Kat's Twitter. Hold on, I will try and quickly get you a Catriel Twitter link. Because it is highly fun, and you don't even need a cat to go live. You never need a Catriel go live. Because simply, you know when Kat is live.
You will know if I'm live because
you know
I
when
just
Kat is live because
the worst things.
The Twitter will say something confusing, possibly concerning, and definitely out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did that one come about? And also, I think it's related. Bigfoot?
So it's just because I was thinking of like something fun that I could do for like my stream, and I hadn't seen any other streamer do like a tweet redemption.
Yeah.
I've seen like many other types of redemptions, but I'm sitting here like, Twitter is a good place to like get some more connections, and also people post on Twitter when they're live. What if I make it like an interactive thing with chat to like tweet on my stream? So I just added it there, and like when I first started that, no one was really using it, right? But eventually they realized they could get me to tweet the weirdest things. And then it became like one of my most commonly used redemptions. And the Bigfoot thing. So, a fun fact about me, I'm really into like cryptozoology.
Okay.
Which is basically like cryptids and stuff like that. Specifically, I'm really interested in learning about like regional cryptids and all that, but specifically Bigfoot.
Specifically Bigfoot.
Because Bigfoot is like one of those most well-known cryptids, right?
Oh,
one of the most well-known cryptids. And especially in America, in most places in America, there is there's a Bigfoot or like a Bigfoot-like cryptid.
Okay.
And it started out as a joke where I said that Bigfoot would be a good boyfriend. And chat disagreed with me.
One moment. Why did you think he would be? Not that you're wrong, just why
Listen,
was this something that came to you?
He's quiet, he's respectful, he is very like big on boundaries.
Yeah.
So Bigfoot would be a great boyfriend. And like I'm someone who like I don't know, I just feel like me and Bigfoot would really get along, you know? So anyway, chat disagreed with me with the whole like Bigfoot would be a good boyfriend because they're like, Kat, that is just some guy in the woods. Like, why do you want that? And I'm like, why not? And so they started saying Mothman would be a much better boyfriend. So I doubled down on the Bigfoot.
Of course.
I doubled down on the Bigfoot, and now it's like, no, I need to like profess my love to Bigfoot at all given moments, no matter what. Like, I don't care. I need to do this. The more that y'all keep telling me that Mothman would be the better boyfriend, the more I'm going to say that Bigfoot is better. Mothman is amazing. Mothman is amazing too.
Mothman is like, iconic, but I feel if it did come down to dateability, just on personal characteristics, you wouldn't have to worry about losing Bigfoot to a lamp. Mothman?
Yeah.
Chat. May I ask you, personally, from your opinions, Mothman or Bigfoot on dateability?
I need to know everyone's answer to this.
Honestly,
but like,
I would love to hear it from you all. It is an interesting topic, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not something you think to ask, but when you come up, everyone will have strong opinions on it, I feel. Most people
which cryptid would you like to befriend as a whole? It doesn't even have to be like Mothman or Bigfoot.
Kiss, marry, kill, but it's cryptids.
Can I choose Bigfoot for all of the above?
Oh, even kill?
Yes. I feel like we need some drama in the relationship, okay? Oh my gosh!
Rex, thank you so much. Welcome in, Raiders. This is a small streamer talk show podcast kind of thing that I am hosting, and we are interviewing the lovely flip camera. Hold up. Catrielle.
Hi.
So welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope D&D went very well, Vex. But yes, we were just talking. Raiders and chatters alike. Who is more dateable, Mothman or Bigfoot? It's definitely a hot topic.
Very much so.
He definitely has commitment issues, which Kat is into. I just saw.
I like red flags. So. Oh yeah, that's another thing.
Oh.
Chat also says that like Bigfoot is just full of red flags, and that's why I'm so interested in Bigfoot.
Oh.
Like, they never mention the possible red flags of Mothman. Just the possible red flags of Bigfoot, because he is some man in the woods. Like,
I mean,
but
that is true, but also Mothman is just some moth somewhere. I don't know
literally,
too much about Mothman.
Okay, so Mothman is actually more like a bird.
Common. Okay.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, Mothman is actually described more as like a bird. I don't know where the moth came from. However, there's a statue of Mothman in Virginia, if I recall correctly.
Okay.
And he has a great butt. I'm just gonna say that now.
That was not what I was expecting to hear.
So there's that.
Yes.
Mothman radiates queer energy and that overrides the red flags.
Oh!
You're saying that Bigfoot doesn't radiate queer energy? Is that what you're saying?
I feel like we've gone a bit off topic. I'm not gonna steer the topic back. I highly enjoy this topic.
Listen, that's what happens when focus is not there.
That is fair. I mean, I kind of let this drift because it's very fun. Also,
I will talk about cryptids no matter what.
Oh, I'm so down.
I love cryptids. Take that as you will.
Oh, it can be, love has no boundaries. It can be
love
many different kinds. Platonic, romantic, maybe.
Yeah. Like, it could be any kind of love that I'm talking about right now.
It can indeed. It can indeed.
Oh gosh.
Also, Bigfoot goes off hetero vibes.
That is. I am so that you would say that of it.
I will just say, I feel like the cryptids are good, but to keep things moving a little bit, chat, if you have any questions for Kat, feel free to put them in chat. It kind of rhymes almost, but I did want to say, streaming is not your only hobby, of course. You're also a very talented musician. How did you get into music? Is that something you've always been into? Obviously, like, listening to it is different, like, but actually creating and performing it.
So I've always been into music. I started taking music lessons, singing lessons specifically when I was like 4-ish years old. Yeah, so I've always been doing this. I've like ever since I was young, I've always wanted to be like a performer of some kind, and music has been like a thing. I started playing guitar and piano when I was really, really young, and I just kind of stuck with it.
Nice.
And like when I was in my teenage years, I think I was like, when I was 13, I started my YouTube channel and I started posting covers.
Oh, wow.
I've privated a lot of the old videos because like my skills have gotten significantly better. Oh my gosh, hello!
Oh
who's this?
Cupty!
Another raid!
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. I'm currently having a small creator talk show with the lovely Kat Triel. Welcome in, welcome in. We are just talking about Kat and the amazing music. I will quickly shout out Kat. And also, if you are a small streamer and would like to apply, the top link in my socials is the application to apply. I have quite a few applications actually, but yes, I will do my best to get to everyone. Anyway, yes, the music, the wonderful music, and the old privated covers.
Yeah, so I've been doing covers for a long time, and I don't know, it was just like a fun little hobby at first, and it still is a fun little hobby, but especially like within the past, throughout like 2022 specifically, I suddenly had motivation to like make my own original stuff more. So I haven't released anything yet, but I do have like a whole backlog of like songs that I've written and stuff like that. And I actually sent Alex a little tune that I made based off of them because I couldn't sleep last night. So
I woke up this morning to a MP3 file on Discord that is, hold on. Yeah, an MP3 file on Discord named I Couldn't Sleep LOL MP3. And it was just a wonderful little tune. It was it did. You disappeared. I'm sorry, that was my bad. Your return.
That is
your return face.
You know what?
You've been gatekept. Actively gatekept. Nah, you're back. But yes.
Hey.
I couldn't sleep. No PNG. Exactly. Well, yeah, the MP3. But yes, it was a lovely little tune. It was a lovely little tune. It reminded me much of my stream lo-fi, actually. It was just a lovely little tune. And I was just like, yeah. I was just sitting there. I had to, my phone kept trying to route it through sending it to someone on WhatsApp, so I had to, try and find a way around that. However, I did manage to listen to it, and it is wonderful. But, yes, it is very cool. What are, like, your personal influences in terms of music?
Oh gosh. My personal influences when it comes to music. Okay, so whenever I write something, I base it off of like a song or an artist that already exists. So like a couple of the songs that I've written have been very much like, oh, I just kind of want to make it sound like something that reminds me of like Keshi, who is like one of the artists that I really enjoy, or who's another one that I've yours specifically was actually Claro, was the influence for that. So yeah, it all just depends on like the vibes that I'm kind of going for that day, because for the most part I feel like I have a lot of like, I have such a big interest in music. Like, I even did that as like one of the things I studied in university. So so I just kind of take influence from everything. I don't really think I have like any specific influences though.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Cube T. But yeah, music, cool. Music, fun.
That is, you said one of the things you studied in college. That's so cool.
Yes.
I forgot that American colleges, you don't just study one thing.
Yeah, music was actually like, I did it as a minor. So, I just had to take like a couple of classes and that was added to my degree. And I did a couple of other things too, because I had time. I have too many interests that I'm just like, I'm gonna do all of them.
I have the exact same thing. And have to consistently stop myself from trying to do 20 hobbies at once, I say, as I look at the hat that I am currently knitting.
Oh my gosh.
I am currently in the process of knitting a red beanie for cosplay. It is... there is a hat. It is long.
I need to see this hat.
Hold on. It's on the stream. I will try and...
Oh!
Yes. Tube hat.
I see it now. Okay. Fine!
Apologies, I cannot do Discord camera and stream camera at the same time.
No worries.
But yes. I've only been less than 5 fandoms in my life. That is crazy. I forget people have not been in fandoms. I forget that. As I spent a lot of time on Tumblr, and I am to understand that you are also part of the Erased by Tumblr cat.
Oh gosh, yeah. My entire personality is basically Tumblr. It's like, okay, so when I was younger, in high school, I was the Tumblr kid, right?
Okay.
And it was to the point where like people can tell that I was on Tumblr just based on the way that I speak.
Oh, speak like like vibes or like specific words?
Just the vibes. Just the vibes. Yeah, Tumblr permanently altered our brain chemistry. So, yeah, like literally I had this girl come up to me and say, "Hey, I like your shoelaces." And I just stopped. I just stopped.
And I was like, that is a classic reference to say,
"Thanks, I stole them from the president."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I'd suggest looking it up. It is a classic Tumblr post. Classic Tumblr.
Yeah, it's and another thing too, this girl specifically, we were 14 at this time. This was like in 2013. So Super Hulock was a big thing on Tumblr, right?
Yes.
Asked me if I want, like, for Halloween, her, me, and a group of other people who are all like very much on the internet, would we want to do a supernatural like costume for Halloween together?
That's amazing.
And I'm just sitting here like, oh my gosh, people can just tell that I'm on Tumblr.
Did you end up
and
doing
they
the
will
costume?
just give me the words.
And if
I
so,
did
who were
not.
you? No.
Honestly.
Uh,
Kevin Tran, AP student. But yeah, no, I didn't do it. Because I don't remember why I didn't do it. But yeah, no, like the fact that like people could just tell that I was a Tumblr kid and would use the like secret words to me.
I got on Tumblr later, but I don't think you can be a Tumblr user and survive unscathed. You acquire the Tumblr vibes.
Yeah.
And it is easily spottable to anyone who else who uses Tumblr.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yes, and
like even throughout like when I was like in college, I would still dress like a Tumblr kid, and I was like a teenager at like the height of like the Tumblr aesthetic that people like talk about.
Yeah.
So I dressed like that, and I still have a lot of those clothes. And like you can't tell, but in the back I have like my Dan and Phil look and my flower and all that.
Apologies,
And it's
you cut out for what you have in the back.
Oh, my Dan and Phil book and my flower crowns.
That is amazing. I don't have that thing. I do have a pile of flower crowns in my cosplay box just inside. Thank you also for hydrate. But yeah, it changes your club. The other thing is Tumblr has got a sharp learning curve because once they acquire a bit, it is just everywhere completely. I think it was there was Tumblr made up a movie in
gosh.
earlier in the year or late last year. I think it was Goncharov.
Yes.
Yes. But Tumblr fully made up a movie. Everyone was acting as if it was real, directed by Martin Scorsese, and it was just kind of like gaslighting everyone, and it did kind of spread across the internet, but it did in fact start on Tumblr, and it was just there was fan art. I saw cosplay TikToks. It was everywhere, and it is terrifying. And I think there is another bit which your bio says something about Vanilla Essence, and I'm pretty sure that was another bit that I saw.
It is. Also, I'm gonna add something to the Goncharov thing.
Oh.
So, while the Goncharov thing was happening, people decided to make a Goncharov game jam, which, if y'all are not, which if y'all are not familiar with the game jam, it is like this thing that a lot of like game developers would do for like, in a short amount of time, you would have to make the game or at least make a demo for a game. And so people made a game jam for Goncharov. And I ended up streaming me experiencing some of the Goncharov games.
That is
amazing.
That is iconic.
But yeah, and my username on Twitter right now is Catriel in parentheses Vanilla Essence.
Yes.
Or Vanilla Extract. And that is another Tumblr thing that happened recently because Tumblr got polls recently, right? And there was this one poll where someone was like, hey Tumblr, let's go cake. And like it's got all the standard and like his extract. And a bunch of people just clicked on Vanilla Extract, not knowing that everyone else clicked Vanilla Extract. So the cake just had like an insane amount of Vanilla Extract, and I'm guilty in also voting Vanilla Extract at that point. And then the next day, I woke up and literally every single poll on Tumblr had Vanilla Extract just like as an option. And of course, you just kind of go for it. Like, Tumblr is the website where it's just like, okay, this is what we're doing now.
Here is the bit for the week.
Continue on with this meme. Yeah. Here's the bit for the week. You either participate or you leave the website.
And I used to use Tumblr a lot more when I was like 16 to 18 through like the lockdown. Yeah. I don't use it as much now. I regret to say that I use Twitter a lot more, but it does mean that I, as a casual Tumblr user now, it is so difficult to keep up with all the bits.
Yeah. So one of my favorite bits is like the whole hi, sorry to inform you, but we put your boyfriend through a situation. That is
I don't even think I've caught that one.
Ooh, okay, so I have a tag on my blog called Your Boyfriend.
Right.
And the boyfriend is put through like all these things. Like, for example, hi, mixing the vanilla extract thing too. Sorry to tell you this, but I accidentally dipped your boyfriend in a tub of vanilla extract. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
he smells like a freshly baked cake now. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. Like, it's just apologizing for putting this boyfriend through the most heinous things.
Oh my. Oh
And
my.
it's so ridiculous. Like, one of them is, hi, sorry to inform you of this, but your boyfriend despawned. Yeah, I forgot to put a name tag on him. Yeah, sorry.
No! Not the despawning boyfriend.
Yep, the despawning boyfriend.
No.
Yeah, Tumblr is the superior social media platform in 2023.
Yes. I mean, Twitter's going through a lot in terms of like
Twitter
Blue, everything Elon Musk has done. Tumblr, it just remains. The only thing I've noticed about Tumblr is that the ads are actually good ads now. Like, they're respectable, reputable ads. I just remember Tumblr several years ago where all of the ads were horrible. I don't know if it was the same thing where you are, but I got one that was like, fixed your, like, all your stomach issues, and it was just a picture of someone boiling bananas in water, and then just a constant thing about, like, you could be owed this tax rebate, but just with it was always ads that had pictures that did not seem to match.
Yeah, like, I feel like the ads on Tumblr now are still kind of weird, but, like, not in the clickbaity weird that it used to be. Because nowadays, we just get grandma with a sword. Or, like...
I have not been receiving... I've just been getting Amazon ads.
You haven't seen grandma with sword?
I've not seen grandma with a sword.
Oh my gosh, there's, like, multiple versions of grandma with sword.
I think I need to... Hold on, I'm just gonna quickly see if anyone screenshotted it for Tumblr, so if I can quickly see grandma.
Honestly, I think if you just Google grandma with sword Tumblr, it should show up. Like, you will see what I'm talking about.
With sword Tumblr. But yeah,
just make sure you put Tumblr in it.
I don't need just a... This is the same image. So yeah, this is all coming up with Tumblr images. Can I... You can just about say,
it's sword grandma
with a sword. It's
sword grandma.
What is this advertising?
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure. I have no idea what sword grandma is actually advertising, but she shows up so much on mine.
Right. So I guess if you need to buy a sword, we know exactly where to go to buy a sword.
Yeah. But yeah, Tumblr, it's one of the sites. It's definitely one of the sites
ever, yes. It is one of the sites ever. I'll move chat.
Honestly, like, another weird Tumblr ad was like the Pika Man, which was an ad for Tumblr on Tumblr. And it's just this oh gosh, if you're not familiar with Pika Man, you need to look up Pika Man right now.
Another Google search.
Yeah, this one I don't think you even need to look up like Tumblr. I think you could just type in Pika Man and it'll show up. Man? Yep. Let's see. So Pika Man specifically, this ad was so that you can learn about Tumblr on Tumblr.
That one's a bit. I'm gonna type in Tumblr. Oh.
It's gonna be the same picture.
Oh.
Is it the same picture?
That was one of the pictures that came up before. There was just a few too many. Chat. That is not my phone showing a low battery sign. What are you talking about? Pika Man.
Pika Man.
This is terrifying. What have I missed? What have I missed?
With this guy specifically, it just links you to a post made by Tumblr about Tumblr and that you're using Tumblr. Like, it's just a... I can't even explain it properly.
You're using it.
It's literally just like, you're on this site. Congrats.
You are a Tumblr user.
You are on Tumblr.
That is...
And, like, it would show up everywhere. So yeah, those are the Tumblr ads nowadays.
Right. I've been. Have I been missing out?
I,
I feel it's. Sure.
At least you're not getting haunted by Sword Grandma.
I have not been haunted by Sword Grandma, but I've also not been blessed by Sword Grandma. It's a double-edged sword. People can also just sponsor their own posts. There's a lot of the ads are just people wasting their own money.
Yeah, Tumblr Blaze.
Yeah, I also there's that, and there's also the when Twitter implemented the check mark, and
blue check
Twitter
mark.
did 2 check marks, and then
very important blue check mark.
Yes, the very important blue check marks that mean nothing, but you've bought them, and then they now have rainbow ones. I think I've seen people.
They're now rainbow.
8 of them that are all rainbow.
Yeah, and like there's a possible chance that those check marks might turn into the Tumblr crabs.
Oh, fancy. I
feel like whenever anyone talks about Tumblr, it just feels so weird because like it doesn't sound like it's real.
Tumblr is just the inside joke of the internet that everyone has accepted.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like Twitter,
but like
Twitter is there's an air of like performance to it, I guess. Like I have tried to like you try and advertise yourself, especially in like small streamer spaces on Twitter. You try and kind of like advertise yourself a little bit. I feel you can't do that on Tumblr. You can't even find small streamer spaces. It is just a hellscape of fandom. Like I think my only posts that have got anywhere on Tumblr have been a couple of ones that were not related to streaming. They were just completely about the Minecraft Double Life series.
Yeah.
They're so advertising.
That's why, okay. I feel like the way that I approach Twitter, though, I approach Twitter in the same way that I do approach Tumblr, and I feel like that's kind of, like, helped with the whole, like, tweet for me redemption that I do. Because if I just go unhinged like I do on Tumblr, then nothing matters. I can do it whatever I want with her.
I love that. Can't forget the official Tumblr shoelaces and vanilla extract water bottles.
Oh yeah, they started selling vanilla extract water bottles.
They are fast.
They are.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Was, since the polls thing, there was a MCYT Blur.
The sexy man.
Did you vote, or is you just?
I am aware of the sexy man thing, but I haven't voted on the Tumblr sexy man thing since Cecil from Welcome to Night Vale.
I haven't,
because I feel like that's the ultimate sexy man.
Fair. This was a specifically MCYT one. The winner,
who won?
Joe Hills. He actually campaigned to win. He got into the last, like, near the end, and then he started campaigning for himself to win. He is the only one who did, and I will be honest, I am a Good Times with Scar Kinney. I did vote for Good Times with Scar, but I am completely happy that Joe Hills won. He literally campaigned for this.
Honestly, yeah.
Joe Hills W, completely.
Absolutely. Like, listen, I feel like campaigning for yourself as Tumblr sexy man means that you deserve Tumblr sexy man.
Definitely. When you're that in tune with fandom, 100%. And I think, like, I really like Hermitcraft and stuff, but they definitely are. And I think it was on Tumblr, but someone made, it was the Empire's fandom, but someone made a chart of everyone who was dating, and one of the Empire's people found it and put it in the Discord, the official Empire's Discord for all the streamers and creators. And
love that.
That is an iconic link to fandom. He said
that is amazing. I love that.
He's putting being.
Oh my gosh. I mean, honestly, I feel like, okay, very unprofessional of me to say this, but I feel like we should start using LinkedIn like that.
I love that so much. I'm bad with social cues. I'm bad with formal things. Anytime I see stuff like LinkedIn, I'm like, oh god, this feels like you make one misstep and it's like, yeah,
right,
not a good job candidate. And then I'm just like, if you could do that, that would just, I would enjoy that so much.
But yeah, no, absolutely though. If I got voted as Tumblr sexy man, I would put that everywhere. I would put that everywhere.
Okay,
I feel like everyone needs to know. Oh my.
We start a poll in the we do
every single time there's a winner, I make them the Tumblr sexy man of my stream.
Yes, we do one in the Regionum SMP Discord, and it's just who is the Regionum SMP sexy man / woman / person.
Oh gosh, that would be really funny though. I think that's hilarious.
Possibly coming to the Regionum SMP Discord. Which, yes,
sexy man coming to you.
As those who were here for the lore earlier, Kat is a part of, although is a void character currently.
Because my computer is so old.
Due to the issues of Minecraft, but you know, wonderful snazzy void lore.
Due to Minecraft, I cannot play Minecraft.
Minecraft just is. It does the thing, but yes, Kat is a member of Regionum, and when me and Vex invited Kat to Regionum, we were both extremely excited when you joined because we both looked up to you as creators.
Okay, but like when y'all told me that for the first time, I was like, what do you mean? I post like the weirdest things.
But we both looked up to you.
Online.
You were literally one of the people I followed when I first got onto TikTok and got into small streamer TikTok.
Oh gosh, yeah, no, like every once in a while I think about like when everyone was kind of like starting off still. And like, because for me, I just kind of like approach everything with fear, right? I approach everything with fear. So I'm like, when people like find my account, even though I'm like advertising for my account, I'm like, oh gosh, how did you find me? I am terrified of you.
So, honestly, I do get it. Sometimes I'm like, being content creator, all good. Being perceived,
right?
It's different.
Yeah, no, like, I feel like that's one of the weirdest. Yeah, like, I want to be perceived when I'm live and when I'm making content. Any other time, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm being perceived. Like, not in a weird way. I'm just like, it doesn't process in my head.
Yes. It's just like, yes, I put out the silly things, but it's like a couple of people have drawn like fan arts of my streams and things, and I'm like, I'm in people's head when I am not live.
Yeah, like it's so nice and all that, and I love interacting, but at the same time, I'm sitting here like, personally, why do I feel like, what's that thing where it's like object permanence? I'm like, your object permanence is actually there.
You guys have functioning object permanence?
Like, I can't relate.
That is, yeah, I definitely feel that. Every time I see something and I'm not there, and it's like, I've been remembered when I'm not there. This is, or someone will turn up excited to like see my stream, but like, oh, I've like missed streams. I'm like, you've remembered me when I didn't exist? Like I wasn't live?
Like, I joke about this so much where it's like, I only exist when the camera is on, and that's it. But it's like, it's so weird when like you realize, oh gosh, I'm being perceived. And it like that happens whenever I like log into TikTok sometimes. Like I see people liking a very old video of mine, and I'm sitting here like, even when I'm not online, I'm being perceived.
Yes. In most of the bios for most of my social medias, I have cosmic pile of goop as one of the things, and I have said before,
love that,
on stream, like I'm not a human off stream. I'm just like a pile of goop. I only go into human form when I'm being perceived on camera, and that can sometimes be how it feels, because like even if you're very how you are on stream to how you are off stream, there's still like the difference of being like perceived. Yeah. The whole perception thing is like, so I don't think I'm ever gonna get over that, like ever in my life. Yeah. Which I mentioned earlier to you before, where it's like, ever since I was young, I've always wanted to do like performance stuff and all that kind of stuff. So like, I kind of set myself up from a young age to
want to be perceived by people.
Yeah.
And yet, when being perceived, it's like, huh? Like, it's such a weird feeling. Like, very much a weird feeling.
Yes, and I think I'm hoping other content creators in chat will understand that. Maybe it's just us two, but I feel like it's not. I feel like it's still weird to get used to. And like, I've been streaming for a year and a half. How long have you? I know you've been making things on YouTube for a while, but how long have you also been like streaming specifically? Then
okay, so I started 2 years ago on January 17th. So that was in 2021. So yeah, it's been 2 years now for me. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm honestly shocked I made it this far with streaming. I'm honestly shocked I kept with it.
I'm anti being perceived. I felt that.
Also, Stella here is another streamer, by the way.
Oh,
that is my friend.
Welcome in. Welcome in. I deactivated LinkedIn because the vibes were bad, but it's tempting to reactivate just to be unhinged.
I fully support that, honestly, Sierra. I fully support that.
Yes. If I get to be a big enough content creator that I do not have to worry about LinkedIn as a professional thing, I will 100% mess around on it. It's such a formal platform. It's just like, this could just be messed with. Just a little bit.
Yeah. Like, so one thing I actually do like using LinkedIn for is people who I'm very close to, who I have added as like connections. I'll just like message them as if I'm messaging them literally anywhere else. And for some reason, like having like the job searching thing on the side when you have like the message as well, it's just the funniest thing to me. It's so funny to me. It's so entertaining. The website is like supposed to be for like professional things, but no, I am literally sending the worst, like, not bad in like, these are things that I would never say from my family, but like, as in, I am abbreviating everything. Nothing is properly capitalized.
Yeah,
I am using memes, like just talking how I would basically anywhere else.
Yes, I get the same thing, and it's just because like I don't really use Twitter outside of being a streamer Twitter. Like I made a private Twitter, but that's about it. So everything is like semi-professional, and one of the things that I have is tweeting my mod Access Hell, and it's just receiving tweets that just say balls on this platform, and I'm like, oh, semi-professional, just about, like, not business unfriendly, and then my DMs just say balls. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, there is a repeating bit on Region and SMP of just making penises everywhere, so I'm not sure how formal that can be. Including the fact that during the stream, while there was important lore going on, I did see just my chat going, floor penis. Oh.
Yeah, there was a lot of penis on the stream.
I mean, you saw when they were being created, so...
I did see when the floor peni were being created. I was there in call when it was happening.
You were indeed. Oh, it is, it's certainly a bit. It is a bit. Is it a good one? Who's to say? But it's definitely a bit. But I will...
Listen, you just gotta get to the bit. Like, just...
My favourite thing is
you gotta.
To the bit.
It's so fun. And that, if you like committing to the bit, then you should join Tumblr.
You should join
I know you
Tumblr.
Have one. But the website is the committing to the bit site.
I do have a streamer Tumblr. I do have it. I did also have one from when I was like 17, and I think some people have like made their streamer one a side block of their other one. I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't want that associated with any of that. I was like 16, 17. I had an emo poetry side blog. That should never get resurrected. Ever. Oh, my
gosh.
I did 1 year of a creative ranking. I had an emo poetry side blog, and I was still uploading on it until like This time last year? Like, when I was fully into content creation already.
Nice.
I love, I raise you overcommitting. How does one overcommit to the bit? At what point does it cross from committing to overcommitting?
How do you overcommit?
Are y'all just collectively the Tumblr marketing? No, but like...
They should pay me, though, because, like, I talk about Tumblr so much.
Tumblr, if you're listening, I know you're not. If you're listening...
Tumblr, would you like to sponsor the stream?
Sponsor the stream, sponsor Catriel. Let's get it going. Nothing...
You bought tickets to a concert for a band you don't like. In a state you do not like. So that's how you overcommitted to the bit.
The United
That is
States
definitely overcommitting to the bit.
I get that people can live, like, near the border to a state. Your country is just large.
Oh yeah, no, America is huge.
It is terrifying, yes.
Yeah, I saw this one post where it was like, oh yeah, in a lot of places, you, like, especially in Europe, if you're, like, in a train for 5 hours, you could be in another country. And, like, if you're in a car for 5 hours in the United States, it's like, you might be in another country. You might just be across the state. You might not have never left the state yet.
I obviously live in the UK, and one of my closest streamer friends, Vex, lives in Spain. Obviously, you know Vex, but some in chat might not. Lives in Spain, and it is like I think it's a 2-hour flight, roughly.
Okay.
Which doesn't cross the US even slightly, and that's across, like, multiple countries. I can't remember how long the flight is across the UK, but it's, like, I think almost as long as the flight from the UK to the US is.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on, how long is like, I'd say New York to LA, I feel like is across the country.
Yeah, that's roughly across the country.
How long is a flight from New York to LA? 6 hours and 25 minutes. How long is a flight from London to New York? London to New York flight time. Oh, okay, no. Okay. From London to New York is 2 hours longer than across the country. But that's still a large country, considering I can go across 3 or however many it takes to get from the UK to Spain in a couple of hours.
Yeah, like, and especially, like, in the States, too. Depending on where you live in the States, it could very much, like, change your experience. Like, I would say, because I've lived in, like, various places in the States, right? When I lived in the middle part of the United States, because I used to live in the Midwest, that was a vastly different experience from living in, like, California versus living in Arizona, where I am now.
Yeah.
Like, it's all very, very different, just based on where you are.
Yes.
And you could get, like, major culture shock even if you just go from, like, one state to another because of just how much there is to this country.
Yes. Like, every time I talk to someone, their experiences of just everything are completely different. Like, how the schools are, how it is growing up, just everything is so different. And I feel like in the UK, it's like different per state. And then in the UK, you have the North, the Midlands, and the South. Well, that's mostly England, but you still have, like, a couple sections, and that's the difference. And it's just so much smaller. Visiting Cali from Philly was a little scary. Oh.
Yeah. That's, like, very much, like, very opposite ends of the country for the most part. So, yeah. Two very different states.
Yeah. That is... Wow. Large country. Yeah. Scary country. I've been to the US once, and it was Florida, and I went to Disney World.
Oh my gosh. So one thing I actually really enjoy about, like, living in Arizona, so if you go north enough in Arizona, we actually do get snow because we have a lot of mountains.
Okay.
Sending people pictures of cactus covered in snow is very fun.
Oh, that is a mental image. Oh my.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's absolutely so, like, because you don't imagine, you can never imagine that when you think of, like, a desert. But, like, that is actually
Crazy.
I feel like we've really just like went off on like some tangent and now we're talking about like just different locations. How did we get here?
To be fair, I was
actually like
it's like a talk show. You can have room for variation
Yeah.
and fun stories. On the subject of chat, if there are any questions you would like to ask Kat, feel free to drop them. I've mentioned it before, but if there is anything, cactus covered in snow is always funny to see. Yeah,
it's so funny to see.
Even a cactus. Like, I've seen little baby cacti, but I've never seen, like, big in the ground cactus. Just...
Oh my gosh, so you don't know how large a cactus can get.
No. I have
Those things are huge.
Oh?
Oh my gosh, they're so big. I don't even know how to, like, show the scale of a cactus to someone who's never seen, like, a large cactus.
Hold on. Let's go back to our trusty friend Google. How tall is a cactus average? Average cactus, that's how you grammar. But yes, chat, if there are any questions you would like to drop, before maybe ending, but if there's anything you'd like to know, there's now. I will also drop Kat's link again, and if you have not checked out Kat, you very much should, because Kat is obviously very cool, as we have seen. How tall is the average cactus? Hold up.
Okay, so I saw a saguaro cactus is the largest cactus in the US and will normally reach heights of 40 feet tall, which is...
I was thinking like 8 feet. It's like a tall 40 feet?
So 12.192 meters
that
of
is
a cactus.
6 doors on top of each other.
And yeah, like, cactus get big.
Yeah.
Cactus get really big.
That is... Oh my god. That is terrifying.
Also, I did see, like, a question a while back, but we were, like, distracted. It was, like, a while back. Hold on, where is it? If I find it, I will let you know.
I will look for the question. Apple's Bit says, if you could play one game for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, that's a good question. See, okay, so I'm recently in a Stardew brain rot mode.
Okay.
So I would say Stardew Valley. But, like, the thing is, I'm not, like, in the Stardew brain rot mode as in, like, I'm playing Stardew rather than watching a lot of people play Stardew.
Okay.
But it's such a good game, so, like, I think I would have to go with that one. Also, I found this from my friend who said this a while ago.
Okay.
Have you ever auditioned for a televised singing competition? I definitely don't already know the answer to this. Fun fact, everyone. When I was 14, I auditioned for the X Factor USA. And I got through the first round.
That's crazy.
Like, I did the online auditions. I got the email saying, you passed the first round. We'll let you know if you passed the next round. I didn't. But I made it through the first round.
You made it through the first round. That's amazing.
Which, yeah. And not televised, but I also, like, applied for the Cat Liente Streamers Got Talent show on Twitch. Yeah. So I did that.
Nice. Have you seen if yours has been, like, reviewed?
I made it through the first round.
Okay.
The voting is currently happening in there, so, like, I'll let fate / the voters decide.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I do think it would be quite funny that it would be on the Cat Liente.
Oh yeah, no, that... But yeah, I just apply for things and see what happens, because sometimes I think it's funny.
That is honestly the best thing. Like, you can't get it if you don't apply for it. And that is honestly the best thing, is to just apply and see what happens.
Yeah, literally, like, what's gonna happen? They're gonna say no. Nothing changes if they say no.
Exactly. The worst thing that can happen is a no or not receiving anything back.
Yeah, literally, like, the worst thing that can happen is, like, life goes on as usual.
Exactly, and the best thing that could happen is any kind of cool thing.
Yeah, so, like, just go for things, man. Like, just do things.
Yes. Cat words
Like,
of
it's
advice.
anxiety inducing, but like still.
Oh, definitely. Especially if it's anxiety inducing. That is...
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
As long as you can, in your brain, say, this is a good idea. If it's anxiety inducing, still go for it. If your brain is like, hey, this is not a good idea, then maybe don't go for it. But...
Yeah, like, just go for things to the best of your comfort, you know?
Exactly.
Like, if you're comfortable enough to do it, do it.
Wonderful words of advice. And because it is getting quite late in the UK, I think I am going to read out. Thank you so much for being a wonderful guest. Talking with many tangents. Many tangents.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
I will see you all very soon, hopefully. Goodbye, Kat, and goodbye, chat.
Bye.